Wakefield 6th. They are safe. Catalan Dragons anything but. This is the way the two teams lined up. The Dragons, first of all, they welcome back Greenshields. Then it was Stakul, Ragan, Jean-Philippe Bale and Pello, Mogg alongside Thomas Bosk. The forwards, Riles, Maguire and Guisset, Elima, Gossard and Greg Bird, the skipper. And on the bench, Ferriol, Croker, Muniz and Casti. And the coach, Kevin Walters. Now, the Wildcats, Bleimeyer at fullback, Gleeson, Demetriou the captain, Atkins and George, Grix and Obst. Forwards, Stosic, Drew and Korkidas, Snitch, Wilkes and Ferguson. And on the bench, it's Brough, Henderson, Tavita Leolatu, Moore, and the coach is John Keir. The commentary from Perpignan comes from Terry O'Connor, but first, Ben Pro.
Ian Smith is tonight's match referee in Perpignan as Catalan Dragons' top 8 hopes are on the line tonight as they welcome a Wakefield side looking to secure a home tie in the playoffs. Defeat could leave the Dragons needing a result at Knowsley Road next weekend to make the knockout stages, but their home form has been impressive towards the back end of the season and they seek a 5th successive home win tonight in what's likely to be Jason Croker's farewell appearance in Perpignan. Brad Drew gets this game underway. Ian Smith, the man in the middle, and Wakefield almost come up with the ball. I think they have. Initially, they're going to have possession from this scrum. So Wakefield immediately put the pressure on, and Catalan Dragons come up with a mistake.
And you can see the game plan straight away from John Keir. Every time that they can have a chance of attacking that ball, they will do. They want to make the contest every time that the Catalans seem to get the ball near their 30 because they know that there seems to be a weakness down this left side.
Wakefield attacked down their left-hand side first up, and Grix did very well to stay in the field of play there. This is Ferguson, taken by the captain there, Guisset, former captain I should say. Obst, middle of the field for Drew. Signed a 12-month deal with Huddersfield for next year, Brad Drew. Announced this morning. Korkidas plays the ball. Obst, Grix. Not the best pass, goes past Atkins. Picks out Luke George on the bounce. Gossard and Mogg in there for the Dragons. Atkins again using his pace from a standing start. Last one coming up for Wakefield. Grix. That was Obst. The kick comes in from Drew, just tries to float one over the top. Great positioning from Greenshields, catches it on the full, and so Catalan Dragons restart on the 20-metre line.
The positional sense of Clint Greenshields is second to none. He's always anticipating where that kick's going to go, and probably if you look at the way that Wakefield are playing, Scott Grix needs to play a more of a running game instead of a passing game. He needs to take on the big forwards in the middle of the park for this Catalan side.
Here are those Catalan forwards in the middle of the park in the shape there of Guisset, who plays the ball. That was Maguire. Good Wakefield tackling though. Restricts the Dragons to a few metres forward. This is Mogg. Maguire. Kick comes in from Bosk. Bounced awkwardly there. And bravery on show from the Wakefield fullback Matt Bleimeyer.
He was under all kinds of pressure there, Bleimeyer. He's had a real big year, Oliver Elmer. He does lead from the front. He tries to dominate in defence as well as attack. But the amount of yardage, that will not be... John Keir will not be happy. The amount of yardage that Catalan made there. And it was just up that middle channel.
Wakefield won all 3 Super League meetings last year and victorious in the first clash at Bellevue this season as well. 30 points to 10 they won that one. In possession in the shape of Korkidas.
I'm sure John Keir would be saying to the Wakefield troops that you've got to play off the middle channel. You've got to open the field up. Don't play on the edges, because if you do, this Catalan side will really compress the defence and hurt you.
Kick, a sensible option there for Wakefield. Greenshields can get over there, and so Catalan have the scrum. Grix. Further wide, great offload finds Grix again. That was great work from Bleimeyer.
and it's just about having options. Who's going to push up into that next hole? Even if you don't get the ball, it's attracting the defenders.
Obst, Drew, that's Ferguson, looking to try and get the offload away. There's 2 in there to prevent that. In fact, 3 with Jean-Philippe Bale assisting as well. Here is Korkidas, and Korkidas' pass finds Stosic, and it opened up briefly there for Stosic. As a penalty goes Wakefield's way because the Catalan Dragons held on too long. That's a sign of the disarray in their defence, and Wakefield are going to go for 2. Drew steps up, simple chance, and 2 points for Wakefield Wildcats. They've hit the front and lead by 2 points to 0. That was Stosic with some valuable metres forward, and then a pass from Griggs. Atkins emerges with the ball, and it looked like it was Dragons' possession there. Crowd not at all happy. Snitch almost had his head taken off there by Riles.
Well, you would have thought Snitch would have told of him there, because I think the Wakefield lads are lucky to get away with that.
Here is Obst. Now Drew. Brad Drew attracts those defenders too and gets the ball away. Here is Demetriou. Inside of Demetriou is Wilkes. Oliver Wilkes. Space opened up for him there, and then Gossard was in the tackles, and arm in there, and so Wakefield have another penalty. Will they go for another 2 points here?
They're catching Catalan out all over the park. It's just because they're throwing the ball around everywhere. And it's Gossard here, he's got his hand on the ball, he's trying to control the speed of which Oliver Wilkes is playing it. But again, another penalty towards the back end of the set, and again in front of the sticks. Really gifting this Wakefield side.
I did then. Why, have you said anything?
Could see the sun beating down on Ian Smith's face, and as Wakefield have controlled this possession, you feel that Catalan will be the more tired of the sides after this first quarter of an hour. No rush for Brad Drew. Crowd doing their best to put him off. Goes through the routine. Identical position to his first successful attempt. Surely this will go between the uprights. It does. And so Wakefield, 2 penalties. And now they lead by 4 points to 0. Now Demetriou. Lone crusade over that 40-metre line for Wakefield Wildcats. The lively Obst spears a kick towards that sideline, eventually fielded by Greenshields, and Greenshields turns, gets through the first line of defence, got a head of speed up here. Clint Greenshields, such an attacking threat for Catalan Dragons. He's still going, no support. Want the quick play the ball though here, the Dragons. Bosk, now it's Bale. First real chance for Catalan Dragons in possession. The crowd level, noise level rises. Maguire, Bosk, Mogg goes without it and has given it to his opposite number, Atkins, and Atkins is quick. Atkins sprints away from the cover, and Ryan Atkins is going to get the first try of the match for Wakefield Wildcats. It was a position that Catalan Dragons looked like they were threatening to score, and at the other end Ryan Atkins goes in for his 11th try of the season. He averages a try every other game, and now gets the first one in Perpignan.
The game can sometimes be so cruel to Clint Greenshield, probably the best kick returner of the football. He's broke through, they look to play rugby, but it's that man Ryan Atkins who just aware of where that ball's going. It comes out of the grasp of the Catalan players. Thomas Bosk looking for support, Adam Mogg catches it, Ryan Atkins pickpockets him, and he's just got one thing on his mind. Where is that try line? Luke George backing him up. There's no way that any of those Catalan players are going to get anywhere near him. And doesn't he look happy?
Well, Ryan Atkins got a try as the Wildcats won here last August. Is that an omen? Also on the mark in the defeat of the Dragons at Bellevue back in March, and a win on home soil in 2006 as well. So Ryan Atkins enjoys playing against the Catalan Dragons. Brad Drew, first conversion attempt of the game, successful with a couple of penalties. Another relatively simple angle for him, no mistake. So Wakefield Wildcats, I should say, taking a real grip on this game. They now lead by 10 points to 0. Ferriol charges over the halfway line. He will give them some impact off the bench, David Ferriol. Now Greg Bird.
And you talk about the bench, they've also got Jason Croker, Remy Casti, another person who can come on and he can add a lot of impact. This could be danger time for Wakefield. They need to make sure that they wrap up the ball every time they go into the tackle.
Too long in the tackle there. And so Catalan have a penalty themselves now. I don't think they're going to kick it. No, they're going to go for the 4 points. They need to. Already trailed by 10. Here is Ferriol. 5 metres away, Catalan Dragons. Casey Maguire's pass. So close there, Greg Bird. Plays it for Maguire again, now Mogg. Mogg for Green Shields, trying to make the extra man. And they're going to go in here, Catalan Dragons. Sebastian Ragan. Sebastian Ragan with a crucial try for Catalan Dragons. Back for the last 2 after damaging knee ligaments in a pre-season friendly. How they've missed him this season. Sebastian Ragan got a try at Bradford in his last match and now sneaks over for the first Catalan try in Perpignan.
Catalan have shown how dangerous they are when they get down the other end of the park. They suck in the players when they send big Jason Riles to them. They also send big David Ferriol. There's got to be gaps somewhere. And big Sebastian Ragan comes in and he hits the line on the right-hand side there and he gets the try down. 2 defenders, big Richard Moore, Luke George, tried to prevent that try. But there's no way that they could prevent him. He was just too big and too strong.
Last try here came against Wakefield last August for Sebastian Ragan. That's given Thomas Bosk the opportunity to add 2 more points here for Catalan Dragons. Marked difference in the volume level greeting Thomas Bosk as he attempts to improve that try as against the one that greeted Brad Drew a few moments ago. Ball falls off the tee. Much more difficult angle than any of the ones that Drew has had to face so far. Thomas Bosk, 64 goals so far. And he's pulled that to the right of that right-hand upright. Groan from the crowd, but they'll be happy that Sebastian Ragan has put the Catalan Dragons on the board. They still trail though by 10 points to 4. This is Ellimer.
3, move!
It's Gleeson who made the tackle. Green Shields moves in and Bird over the top, but it's been intercepted by Drew. And how are the legs? Brad Drew, space initially for him, but that's a great tackle back from Casey Maguire. 34 last month, Brad Drew. But not the fastest. I'm sure he'll forgive me from saying in this Wakefield side.
He was just pulling back. He was waiting for his teammates to catch him up, Ben. He knew that he was going to get caught, so he slowed up the tempo of his run.
Wakefield have a great tempo and attack though, and Atkins has an overlap, and Luke George, work to do. Has he got that ball down? He's gone over the line, Luke George.
What about that for defence? The old stage of Jason Croker and Clint Greenshield. You thought that was a definite try there from Luke George, but fantastic defence.
Did really well to hold him up, so it's the 4th tackle on the 10-metre line for the Wildcats. Now Richard Moore. Tackle comes in from Ferriol. Griggs. Now Drew. That's Snitch. In fact, I beg your pardon, that was Henderson. And Wakefield over in the shape of Drew. Well, no one as dangerous as Brad Drew close to the opposition's try line. Ian Smith's going to hand this on to the video official, Robert Hicks.
Well,
Brad Drew chases his own kick. Is he first, and has he got the ball down?
he's probing all the time. You can see every time he gets behind the acting halfback, he's looking up, he's looking to what he can play in front of him. He's a very, very instinctive player. Luke George was denied a try in the corner. I think Brad Drew may have the chance here to put his team further in front. Good vision by Brad Drew. You can see Oliver Wilkes, he puts his hand up straight away. He thinks it's a try. Brad Drew thinks it's a try. What does the video ref, Robert Hicks, think? You can see he gets his hand on it. He doesn't lose control of it. There's downward pressure, but did he have full control? The video ref, Robert Hicks, will be looking to see, did he lose the ball or did he have control? Oof, from that angle, you've got to say that's a try.
It's Riles who goes with him.
Does he pull it into his chest?
Frame by frame to assist the video referee. Here's the decision, and the try is awarded to Brad Drew, whose break set up the platform for Wakefield for that attack. And even though Catalan Dragons got their first points through Sebastian Ragan, Brad Drew has managed to extend the Wakefield lead. On his third try of the season, got a couple in that round 6 win against Celtic Crusaders. But he's continued this impressive Wakefield first half performance, all of his own making, got the position for the Wildcats, and then it was his kick, and he was first to react.
Brad Drew may have slowed up a couple of yards, but what he has got is a fantastic football brain. He knows how to attract the defenders, pull them into that ruck. He knows how to play with width. Can he put his team further in front? Yes, he can.
Simple kick again for Drew, and so Wakefield now lead by 16 points to 4. Griggs, faced by Muniz and Ferriol. 2 impact substitutes for Kevin Walters this evening. Now Moore. Offload, eventually finds Obbs, and Obbs racing through. Obbs siding through again. He's chased by Mogg and finished off by Pello. Bruff's kick out on the full. First involvement really trying to take this Wakefield side around the park, and Danny Bruff's first kick to touch goes out on the full. The pressure has been ratcheted up here by Catalan Dragons. They've got another penalty, offside, the Wakefield side.
And there's no excuse for giving that penalty away. Danny Bruff kicked the ball into touch, the defensive line was set, the referee was set. All he had to do was have a little look up, see where he was. It wasn't as though they were getting off the line and putting a bit of pressure on Catalan. It was just a lazy play.
It's almost as if Wakefield are being hurried into these mistakes by the Catalan defence, and now the Dragons trying to profit in attack. That was Ragan. It's Casti. Now Maguire on the back of that. Maguire for Ferriol. Tackles in the bank here for the Dragons. Look how close they are, Kevin Walters' side. And now Bosch trying to weave through. Bosch got the offload away. It's gone back to Mogg. Mogg in turn turns it into Greenshields. And Greenshields for Ragan. And Ragan charges over. Been back for 2 matches. Now he's got 3 tries, 2 in this game. And Ragan, who gave the Catalan Dragons a lifeline earlier in the half, now comes up with another 4-pointer when they need it most. And Catalan Dragons go over at a crucial stage. I think they're looking at a possible obstruction here. I don't think the try has been awarded yet.
Well, Bosch offloads this ball, then he pats it back again. The ball's gone backwards, so there's no knock on there. There's no interference with any of the defenders. And you've got to say he's grounded that ball. There's been no interference with the defenders.
Well, has he grounded the ball? Just looked for a moment as if he'd lost control right at the last minute, but Ian Smith awards the try. The video referee, Robert Hicks, happy with the lack of any obstruction and the grounding, and so Sebastian Ragan gets his second try of the match.
Again, good build-up play from this Catalan side. In rugby league, that's all you need. You need some options. Whoever's carrying the ball is the person who's most the threat. And when you've got people like Greg Bird, Adam Mogg, who run across the defensive line, Clint Greenshields, and then you have big people like Sebastian Ragan, who just goes straight and direct, it's always going to be hard to defend when you're going sideways defensively.
Thomas Boss makes no mistake with his second conversion attempt. And so again, Catalan Dragons stem the Wakefield flow. They now trail by 16 points to 10. 5 minutes to half-time. A converted try would level it. Here is Ragan.
And they're starting to make little half breaks now. They're starting to get on top of Wakefield. And a penalty from Griggs. Interference at the play of the ball on big Sebastian Ragan.
And the frustration with which Scott Griggs pounded the turf. He knows that the pendulum is swinging Catalan Dragons' way. Roared on by this crowd. David Ferriol charges in. Only 5 metres away. Maguire for Bosk. Bosk for Greenshields. That's Bale. Desperate defence from Brough. And Brough has prevented the quick play of the ball there and is penalised accordingly.
And there's a real problem for Wakefield in Sean Gleeson. He has no idea where he is. You can see the pain and the anguish on his face. He's pointing to his left cheekbone. Straight away, as soon as he was involved in that collision, he couldn't get up, he was holding his face. Here you can see it. He comes out, and it's big John Philippe Bale who goes over the top of him. You can see him in the background there, he's rolling on the floor.
Sean Gleeson in great form for Wakefield. Tries in each of the last 3 Super League matches. Would be a costly miss if he were forced to miss any of the playoffs for the Wildcats. Some pain though as he comes off the field, the Irish international.
You can see he just gets his head totally wrong. He puts his head the wrong side for that tackle. And straight away he's put his hand in his head.
How will that stoppage and the loss of Gleeson affect the Wildcats? Blood on Gleeson's face, and I think the Catalan Dragons can sense some blood here, and then a great chance to profit from that, and then they've knocked on, and Wakefield have the scrum. Well, that will be hugely frustrating for Kevin Walters. Mogg with the tackle that time. On Snitch. Plays it for Leo Latu. One-handed pick up there from the Tongan.
He's pulling out Greg Bird here. Greg Bird couldn't get back the 10, the retreat. He's caught him for the high shot there, and the second effort as a grapple.
Greg, I'm in charge of this game when it comes to foul play. You calm yourself down, high tackle.
I've never known a referee change his mind whenever something goes against the player. Whatever you say to him, he will never change it. Players have got to learn from that.
Well, Greg Bird is really pumped up.
Remy!
Danny Brough assumes the kicking responsibilities and is successful with his first effort, and so Wakefield now lead by 18 points to 10.
Now that takes a bit of pressure off this Wakefield side. 1 minute to go, they've got the ball back, they've got to complete this next set of 6 going into the half-time with John Keir, who I'm sure will give them a lot of direction on how he wants them to play in this second half.
And Danny Bruff's 65th goal the Super League season. Wakefield trying to see this first half out now in possession, the shape of Oliver Wilkes. Plays it for Bruff. This is Moore, spinning into the tackle of Mogg.
And again, Adam Mogg was lucky there not to get done for a grapple tackle round Richard Moore's head. And again, Greg Bird goes high. He can bang him when he wants to, but he's got to make sure that the tackle doesn't go higher than the shoulder.
Sam Obst just dumps the ball into touch. That's the end of the action in this first half. And Wakefield in command in this first 40 minutes. Half time, they lead by 18 points to 10.